So, Dr. Roofie, how does math affect you in your everyday life? Or does math affect you in your everyday life?
Oh, hey. I didn't see you there. Yes, math does affect me in my everyday life.
How do you use math at your job?
Well, I use math when I prescribe patients their medicine. I calculate their body mass index, their BMI, and give them the correct amount of dosage, depending on what their BMI is.
That is really great information.
Thank you.
What advice do you have for kids interested in math?
Stay in school.
So now we are interviewing Dr. Elise Rock and her patient, Albert Roofie. So, Mrs. Rock, how does math affect you in everyday life?
Yes, it does.
How do you use math at your job?
Well, I use math in many ways. One is the recording of information, such as fluid intake and output, times when medication is given, and checking vital signs all require math. Also, when using an EKG machine, as well as thermometers and blood pressure cuffs to achieve accurate results. Now I'm going to give Albert here a shot by measuring the right amount using math.
Oh, don't hurt it too much.
This won't hurt a bit.
Oh, God. Oh. Ah. Oh, am I done? Oh, God.
Hi. Now we're going to interview Dr. Roofie. We are at his office right now. Dr. Roofie is a family physician, and we are going to ask him some simple questions on how he uses math every day at his job. Mr. Roofie, does math affect you in your everyday life?
Absolutely. I use math in almost everything I do in medicine, whether it's writing prescriptions and figuring out the number of pills to give somebody, or trying to figure out what dose they need and calculating milligrams per kilogram and how many times a day, divided dose times how many days. We use math for just about everything. Lots of times patients have medical problems that requires us to restrict the amount of drugs that they use, and we use functions that are based on their kidneys, and with those numbers we calculate lower doses for certain patients depending on their medical problems. So we use math in just about everything.
What type of math classes did you take in college and high school that prepared you for your job?
Math classes went from algebra to calculus all the way up to statistics. The most valuable or most useful would probably be algebra and statistics.
What advice would you have for kids interested in math that would like to go into a math-related job?
Study hard, do all the math questions that they give you. If the teacher says do all the odd ones, do the odd ones and the even ones. Math is practice, practice, practice. It's fairly logical once you think about it, but the whole thing is practicing, 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 so you can get those equations that don't fit the normal that you might have questions on, and you can get them fixed and corrected before the test.
Well, thank you, Mr. Roofie, and
You're
we got
welcome.
some great information from you.
You're welcome.
And that will wrap up our project.
And that's our therapy dog, Shaggy. Shaggy, give me a kiss. Good boy.
I do my homework every day because I'm a baller and I know how to play the game. Ain't no one else can say the same. I turn my papers in on time. Ain't no one gonna mess with my genius mind. In my head is one of a kind. Grades range from a 98 to a 99. Study all day, you can see it in my eyes. Study in my grit, study in my ride. Don't worry about the girls, I put them on the side. I'm a straight A student who got surprised.